Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because that is the place to be. There you go, there's the link. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars, are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. We'll set ourselves back to our defaults, but let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today, or if there's anything we'd like to set up for our first RITE of the day, as in the meantime, I will get into Discord so that I am ready to go as well. Okay, perfect. I'm in Discord. Wisty, how goes it? How are you? How have you been? Pam waved to you as well. So we have a couple spots for anyone who would like to get in here. You're alive! You're here! Well, it's good to have you. It's good to have you. Do we have any... What's up, iRotor? How are you? Good to see you, too. How are you doing? Would anyone like to get us started today? On this day that, I don't know, for some of you this may be significant, for others maybe this is completely off your radar. It is quote-unquote Super Bowl Sunday. The National Football League Super Bowl championship is later today. Right around when we'll probably finish, to tell you the truth. Go straight from RITE Night to the Super Bowl. So I don't know, do we have any Super Bowl themed matches set and ready to... I'm sure that's exclusively what people were thinking about over the past, not even hour, not 24 hours, no, 48 hours. I'm sure that that's the only thing that people were thinking about. The superb owl. Absolutely superb. I'm not even sure if you say that quickly, if it would sound the same. Superb owl? No, because owl doesn't use the same O sound. I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, anyways, let me know if anyone wants to get in here to get us started today. We do not have anything lined up just yet, at least, but either way, okay, Failer is in. Gotcha. Let me get you an invite. In that case, for what it's worth, hopefully this is irrelevant. But yesterday, when we were doing some Mass Effect streamy stuff, we had a series of technical issues, so I am hoping that is not going to take place today. But if midway at random points through the stream my microphone just seemingly stops working out of nowhere, that is what happened yesterday. So, hopefully that doesn't happen, but that is theoretically a possibility. Mostly thinking about inhomogeneous linear equations, which, I mean, that's basically the same, right? I mean, that's what they do to calculate. I mean, you guys know this. Like, nowadays, it's all about, the sports betting. Like, everybody wants to figure out what the line is for who's going to win and by how much, so that they can throw their money and get something back in return. And obviously, they're using the inhomogeneous linear equations to calculate those things. That's actually the underlying system that they use for that. It actually led to some pretty serious breakthroughs just this past year alone. So it's a pretty big deal. That is true. I heard that you guys were doing some stuffs with on a Pyre stream yesterday with Core hosting things, and he said it was rekindling. I thought it was some large amount of rekindling in particular that just led to the stream crashing, and ultimately people just said, you know what, maybe we just end it there in that case, which is strange, because I mean we've certainly had our fair share of stream crashes, but I don't recall if rekindling has ever been the thing that caused it in our case. The triple saps, of course, but rekindling? I'm not sure. No worries, Wisty. No worries, out of practice, but hey, I mean, only one way to get back into practice, right? Okay, let's see. Can I find you on the Steams? Are you online on the Steams is maybe the other question. Don't think I see you right now. What's up, Anor? How's it going? Hey, Wisty. What's up? Sorry, say that again.
Oh, I sent you a friend request.
Oh, well, wait. Did you unfriend me on Steam?
I unfriended everyone
on
Steam and left every Discord.
Okay. No worries. All right, let me just see if Steam wants to acknowledge that you have sent this request. Oh, Steam, would you care? Would you care to maybe show that? Steam is currently not acknowledging this request that you have sent, for what it's worth. Steam. There it is. Okay, hold on. Give me just a second. There we go. All right, now we should be good. It's going all right. It's going well. Good to see you, Anor. We are getting Failers already in here, and we're about to get Wisty. Give me just a sec. There we go. Invite should be on its way.
Oh, let's heads up. I think your controller's still plugged in at the moment.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
So I am player 2 at present. And Whiskey's player 3 at present.
Well, I mean, as we established last week, well, actually, what did we establish last week? I wrote her with the absolute nonsense with the player 1 and player 2 and 3 and 4, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Who knows? What's up, Core? How's it going? How are you? We are, well, let's establish, once we do have both people in here, hopefully we can figure out who is player 1 and who is player 2. And hopefully it's working for both players. Did it go? Well, I know Failer's in already. Wisty, did it get you in?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm currently player 3.
Okay, let's, if you move you're on controller, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, are you able to move like that? Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, so first thing you need to know is that player 3 obviously means that you're actually player 1. This goes without saying, of course. It's really just common sense.
Got it.
Don't worry about it. So yeah, just let me know whatever team you'd like to be. I'll set you two up. Let's see.
I'll be yellow.
Okay. So we have Wisty, and we have Failer in player 2. Huzzah and Hazoo. Okay, there we go. All right. When are we going to have a Super Bowl of Pyre? Well, I mean, today may be the day. We were just talking about it a little bit, Core. Obviously, everyone has spent the last 168 hours planning how they wanted to represent the Super Bowl in this RITE Night right here. So we have no shortage of ways in which to make that happen. I mean, if you do have a way in which you'd like to see that happen, Core, then of course, do share, do let us know. But just know that it'll be number, at this rate, 73 on the list. The list has grown quite long already. But anyways, why don't we, as I'm not immediately seeing any of those requests, why don't we get ourselves started here? We'll have a little bit of a warm-up, I suppose. Keep it nice and simple to start things off.
The chastity versus the fate. Welcome.
Alright, so no requests from chat.
Shall conduct
Your
the
composition
rites.
is entirely up to you. Wisty goes for the extra jumping distance on Lady River. Meanwhile, Thaler will go for a speedy and saluting Bertrude, making him able to transform all of Wisty's exiles into defenseless howlers once during this match. Wisty will also go with a saluting crone, though in this case it is a quick throwing Bertrude. Thaler now also going for a quick throwing crone, though in his case this time now going for the stubborn flame. Last one for Wisty will be a webbed lanthorn messenger imp. And now Thaler going with webbed lanthorn on Raji. Alright, so here we go, our first fight of the night. Thaler off to a quick start, although not quite able to make it into the pyre there. Wisty now with Bertrude. Shut off by Vorfrit. Vorfrit in possession, quickly banished. Lady River, the throw is off target. Thaler now with that speedy Bertrude, and speedy indeed she is, as she goes straight in here for 25 damage. Bertrude versus Vorfrit. Bertrude wins out, but then does get banished. Vorfrit back for Thaler. Banished here. That brings back Bertrude for Wisty. Here is Bertrude, but banished just before Bertrude could make it in. Imp versus Imp. Here's Vorfrit for Thaler. Quick throw, but it's slightly short. It's a dangerous portal for Wisty. Does choose to go through it, but Thaler just barely had it blocked there. Vorfrit, just enough to avoid the banishment on a couple of occasions now. Leapfrogging her way through, but does ultimately go down. And Wisty did not actually want the orb with Messenger Imp, at least not on that occasion, but now does throw it in with Messenger Imp for 12. Big implosion. Bertrude goes the jumping route. 30 damage on the plunge, but does not have prayer beads, so that means Thaler's now without Bertrude in this round. Actually, a double banishment there. That does bring back Lady River, but Lady River goes down, and suddenly Wisty is defenseless here. Opportunity for Thaler. The throw is unblockable, so it does land for 30. Thaler thought about it with Bertrude, but then instead opts for the salute
And it is done.
to take the win.
The fate prevailed.
GG.
It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Now let's head on back. And let us know, chat,
Till the next rite.
if there's anything you would like to see for the next one. It's okay, you can break out your laundry list of Super Bowl related requests that you can do here. Don't hold back. Let them cook. Whoa, hold on. Phaler is, I don't know, he might be cooking. I took that to mean that Phaler was about to request something, but perhaps not. There it is. Hold on. Talismans from Phaler. Your team shall have, dramatic pause, a linebacker, a running back. I can explain these roles if necessary to people who are like, what is football? What is American football? Just two positions, Phaler? And a quarterback. Okay, for those who are not familiar with American football, let's start with the quarterback because that's the most obvious one. The quarterback is the one who throws the ball to other people. Running back is the one who, rather than throwing the ball, gets it handed to them most of the time, and then they run with the ball. So both of those are offensive players. And then linebacker is a defensive player. It's kind of a jack of all trades, a little bit of everything on the defensive side. So thrower, runner, and defensive player are basically the three things we're looking for here. To grossly oversimplify those positions. Any questions? Does that make any sense to people who are like, I have never once seen nor even spoken about or heard about American football? That'll do? All right. Hopefully that's enough context. All right. In which case, seems like that'll be it. For what it's worth, Phaler, you did that as a talisman request. Was that deliberately to be talismans with those ideas in mind, or was that meant to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your talisman depends on, or rather, the player you're choosing, the actual position you're choosing.
Interesting.
Sets the talisman you give that character.
Okay. I would have initially.
Goddamn, why didn't I think of that?
I was thinking of exile request for that, but talisman does work as well. Okay, and it'll be the Imp Arena, which I've chosen the least efficient way to get to, and then Path to Glory. Okay. Okay, but this does... it looks more like an association football field, but it could still be an American football field for sure. And the imps running around. Yeah, no, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
The chastity shall confront.
Especially with the dashed lines through the middle as well. Yeah,
Welcome.
very good pick.
Who shall conduct?
One moment before you select something, I need to quickly ban a bot in chat. Sorry. One moment. Sorry to bot. Oh, Phaler beat me to it. Thank you, Phaler. All right, resume. No, that was my friend. Well, too bad. All right, so again, there's the quarterback who is going to have a throwing talisman of some variety. There is the running back who is the person who does things with the ball, in possession. And then there is the linebacker, who is sort of an all-round defensive player. And although I usually would approach this from an exile standpoint, the request is technically a talisman request, so that is the aspect that you are considering when thinking about this request. Robots are food, not friends? What? Maybe we just ban core instead? I hear this core guy might be a bot. Alright, so that looks like a quarterback Ulmer to me. I mean, technically speaking, there is a lore-accurate quarterback and running back as well, to be honest with you, that either of you could take. But both players have chosen to go with a quarterback Ulmer. It's now either running back for someone who runs and does stuff with the ball, or a linebacker for sort of an all-round defensive role. Alright, so it's extra presence on Jodariel. I imagine that means she is the designated linebacker, the defensive player. Whereas it looks like Phaler went with a running back there, the in possession character with a speedy Tamitha. That is the role that Wisty still has remaining here. And in Wisty's case, the running back has learned how to fly. Now that is something I would love to see in the Super Bowl later today. Running back gets the ball and, you know, forget about running around the defenders, just jump and fly over them, right? It's really that easy. What's up, little people? How's it going? There is the linebacker for Phaler. And here we are with our Super Bowl themed match. Ooh, very quick throw, but just 8 points from Phaler's quarterback, Ulmer. The quarterbacks collide. Phaler's Ulmer back with it here, and this time it's 9. This is totally just teleport to the ball, fly around, bounce the ball off of all the other contestants, participants. It really is that simple. Wisty intercepts with the linebacker, the defensive player. That is fitting enough. But Phaler throwing it in. This time, he's done 7, he's done 8, he's done 9. What's up next? 10 damage on a throw? Wisty's linebacker doing the defense there, although then the quarterback on Failer's side makes the defensive play. That's not something you see every day. Failer's quarterback bounces the ball all over the place, but the defense sweeps it up for Wisty. Running back blocked and banished though. Quarterback back in possession for Wisty and does throw it in, this time for 18. Uh-oh. Guys, I don't know, this core guy looks a little sketchy. He might be a bot. I don't know, we might need to ban him. Oh, and it is just the linebacker at the moment for Failer. But perhaps that's all that Failer needs. As the linebacker now is the one to score, oddly enough. Tamitha, the running back. Patience, and the patience does pay off as she finds her way through here into the end zone for a 20-point touchdown. That time the throw intercepted though. Oh, but quick recovery from Failer nearly led to a score there, and perhaps a game-deciding score nonetheless. But Ulmer initiating the attack for Wisty. It doesn't last long though. Defense cleans it up for Failer. Now sets up a dangerous portal for Failer as well, because as everyone knows, in the game of football, players oftentimes use portals to make it to the other side of the arena, as Wisty, with the running back, able to get a 25-point touchdown there, but Failer throws it in for the winning score.
The fate prevail. Perhaps they do
GG.
deserve their freedom after all.
Well played, you two.
The right is done.
All right, so we'll head on back. Let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one, and for what it's worth, we could have had a repeat of the original Civil War for that one. And little people, thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. But we could have had a repeat of the original Civil War with quarterback Manley, aptly named for this very situation, and Speedy Volfred. Okay, I was gonna say. And then the third character for that match was an imp, which in Failer's case was the choice for linebacker anyway. The talisman choice, which technically was what the request was for, probably wouldn't have been the best for being a linebacker, but still. Okay, but it seems as though chat may have picked up on this opportunity. Let me just double check what we have here. So we have, Core says Glade of Lou. Let me set that. Glade of Lou. We have a sling, oh, hold on. Wait a second. I did not see that Wisty threw in a customize off there.
I messed up. I did it right as the course message went, so.
No worries.
Just do everyone else's first.
Okay, yeah, let's do all these other ones and then remind me after this next one, then we'll do your customize off. Okay, so we'll put a pin in Wisty's customize off. But that means for this next one, it's Sling Bullet, it's Quarterback Manley. Yeah, it's Quarterback Manley, Speedy Volfred. Grand Ceremony, okay. It's also is definitely not the more efficient way to get to Grand Ceremony, but there we go. Okay. Any thoughts on the third exile? We have a Quarterback Manley, we have a Speedy Volfred. If we are truly trying to recreate the original Civil War, then it is, the third exile would be an imp with the cursed talisman that prevents them from picking up the orb. What is that one? The Black Hoof? So if we want to just purely recreate that, that would be the way to do it. That maybe doesn't align quite as well with the whole football theme, so it may be that one. There's the least merit to it. But it doesn't seem we have anyone who is as intrigued about that being the third and final exile. So that third and final exile does seem to be entirely up to you to choose. Let's jump in then.
chastity shall now face the fate. Welcome.
Okay, so we have
Who shall conduct the rites?
a quarterback Manly, so extra throwing distance on him with the talisman. A speedy Volfred, so the Tailwind crest for the +8 quickness on him. The third one is up to you. Nobody locked anything in for that. And once upon a time, at least the third exile was kind of important for this to end up being the case, but once upon a time, this was our original longest rite that was the origin of the original Civil War. But given how there is not a request for that third exile, and given how we've lately seen people get much more accustomed to using saps offensively, don't necessarily think we're about to be in for quite the marathon we were in for the first time. And for what it's worth, this is a modded Glade of Lou. We will not have any brambles spawn in, as Wisty starts with the Speedy Volfred in the first spot. But without the brambles, that means it will be a big empty field for basically the entire match. And it's quarterback Manly first for Failure, so they led off with different characters. But there is still that option, that third exile, which is completely open-ended at this stage. Wisty goes quarterback Manly here, so no insight yet as to what that mysterious third exile might be. And I don't know, if we're continuing the football theme, then of course we have our quarterback with Manly. We have what I would assume would be the running back with Speedy Volfred. So that would mean... I mean... I don't know, is the third character a linebacker? Or are we going for a completely different football position? As Failure does take that open-ended third character, he goes with Prayer Beads on a harp, which is an offensive talisman. So if he were trying to recreate the linebacker role, which is a defensive role, that wouldn't quite line up.
Hang on. If you're gonna have more than 4 saps, it'll glitch the game unless you make it so it can't cast.
This is true. We will quite literally cause Pyre to explode if we do not prevent one sap from throwing out a sapling. So yeah, you'd need to have the Black Claw there, exactly. And all right side to avoid this automatic sapling as well. That's what our sap expert says. And that makes sense, I suppose.
Okay. I guess I'll just...
So yeah, before you commit to that, just know what you're getting yourself into. So Wisty will go with Prayer Beads on Bertrude. Now, the other thing that I think we just don't see enough teams do nowadays in the National Football League is transform all of their opposing players into rabid wild creatures. Like, why don't people do that more often? That seems like a viable strategy, as Wisty here demonstrates. Although Failure, has retrieved the orb. And for a second there, looked like might have been able to defend against that Crone's Loot, which Wisty can only do once in the entire match, but Wisty does still manage to get a 25 damage plunge. And with the Prayer Beads exile, so Bertrude is back. Here is Bertrude, in fact. But of course, this is mostly about the saps, and there is a speedy Volfred, but he was not speedy enough to stop Quarterback Manly, in fact. Quarterback Manly somehow able to catch him. But there is the odd harp out on Phaler's side, as thus far it has not come down to the saps. At least not when it comes to the scoring. Ametha, blocked. Wisty back in possession. Gertrude, oh, not enough time for the throw. Ametha, threatening here, but not enough to get past the wall of saps blocking the Pyre. Wisty. Admittedly, the auras are somewhat similar in color. I would not have been able to tell you on that occasion if Wisty was about to run into a Chastity aura or a Fate aura for a second there, which does make it a little bit tricky when half the arena is potentially clogged with those saplings. Might take a split second longer to just verify that you aren't about to banish yourself. But Phaler, with some exploding saplings, able to manufacture some room for Quarterback Manly. I believe that was Quarterback Manly to get the throw off there. Surely Speedy Volfred would not have thrown the orb. That would have been blasphemous. Quarterback Manly for Phaler. He does have the throwing range. They don't call him Quarterback Manly for nothing. Then again, of course, with all these saps, we are expecting to see a boatload of rekindling, even if it is technically possible for Phaler to reduce Wisty's initial Pyre life down to 0, as we see here. It's 100 on the rekindling. So we are far from done. But Phaler using that exploding sapling to great effect and setting up Quarterback Manly for another full 25 damage throw.
Neither triumvirate is closer than the other.
Quarterback Manly testing the arm. It's Speedy Volfred. Just a little too quick. But the throwing, that's not his style. Ooh, but Quarterback Manly on Phaler's side. 21 damage here. I didn't want to say anything, I wrote her. I deliberately did not say anything. Quarterback Manly, he's looking for the window. Has he found it? He has. He just has that kind of range. Looking for it again. But this time, intercepted by the opposing Quarterback Manly, but everyone down on Wisty's side, at least for the moment. And from some ranges, those sap throws are unblockable. Might have been the case there. That time, though, just for 12 damage. But at this point, it is theoretically possible. Phaler may be able to finish this here, and Wisty defenseless at the moment. So there it is.
The fate prevailed.
GG's.
And what a crushing victory it was.
Okay, now we can say it. Now that the rite is over, we can say, thankfully, it did not crash when we saw the rekindling happen. now the match is over. We can do it without jinxing that. Okay, but now, yes. It is time for Wisty's customize off. And Anor has requested a song on Wisty's behalf. Wisty, it is your choice as to what song you would like for us to play here. Any preferences for you? Let's set you back to the beginning.
The Pyre Hearts theme.
Pyre Hearts? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, so let's see. We have that. We have... Yes, okay, so I see our Rotor's requested the Talisman, and for... Okay, save the Ridge of Gold? Gotcha. Well, we have a couple of things from my Rotor that are waiting in the queue. We're going to hold off on that for now. Anything else for this match right here? Or are we just going to see if Lids can catch Phaler with the wrong triumvirate? Oh, now he's tempting me. Now he's trying to tempt me. Nah, I didn't get it. Ah, I didn't get it. Darn it!
The chastity shall take
We are back at the football arena,
the fate.
which I suppose is fitting. Whoa, okay, well that's a demon, a harp, and a nomad for Wisty. It's a demon, a nomad, and a worm for Phaler. So actually somewhat similar teams here, at least when it comes to the classes. But we've already seen, what, an exploding Lendl? Yes, exploding Lendl on Wisty's side, which it does not appear as though Phaler's equivalent with Headwind has. So the nomads do seem to be different, and we've also seen that Lendl has the Sacred Bond, so Phaler can step on the portraits to bring exiles back. Orb hiding in the corner there. Wisty does eventually take it out. And does Wisty have the range? Not quite, it doesn't seem. Phaler has the speed, though.
Fame is stricken.
Throws that one in for 15, but Wisty had a ton of extra starting Pyre life.
Somebody get the orb.
Presumably some of that must have been coming from the Ignarius Mastery, as Wisty plunges here for 20. In fact, Phaler must have also had the Demon Mastery for extra starting Pyre life, but Wisty presumably also had a talisman for that. I didn't catch which exile had it. We know it must not have been Lendl, because Lendl's the one who has the exploding talisman. And explode he does right there, though Wisty's still defenseless at the moment. And that means Deluge, able to plunge for 15. A wall of imps in the middle here.
Unfortunate for the chastity.
Headwind. Throws for 20.
Aim was true.
But even now, Wisty's still above 100 Pyre life.
He's too close to
In fact, both players tied at 115. But Phaler breaks the deadlock here with a 12 damage worm throw. Once again, the wall of imps in the middle. Phaler worms around them, though.
barely a mark.
This time with an 8 damage throw. Deluge down this time, as goes Lendl. Ametha. Speeds around the defender and in for a 20 damage plunge for Wisty. And now the imps have parted.
Brightly than the other.
And there is this entryway through the middle, this isthmus.
United
Series of banishments. Oh, in fact, seemingly all on Wisty's side, is Wisty currently defenseless.
freedom.
And that means time for a 30 damage demon throw from Phaler. Once again, the wall of imps is back, though.
Perhaps.
Neither player opting to try to get the orb, at least not until now. Ametha ran out of stamina, so down she goes. Deluge speeding forward, looking for the throw, and it's not on target. Ametha, though, for Wisty, once again plunging for 20. She has been Wisty's most dangerous attacker, at least thus far. But she is gone for this round without prayer beads. And down goes Ignarius as well, down goes Lendl as well. Phaler, if he's quick, does have an opportunity here. For a second looked like he's a little slow to pull the trigger, but just barely enough time to get that 30 damage demon throw off. Headwind looking to snipe through the gap in the imps. Oh, but look at that. Big double banishment there from Ignarius, but then he does go down. That Sacred Bond for Phaler certainly helping out. Seemingly no shoulder smash from either nomad. Oh, clever harp push into the other defender, ultimately leading to Headwind's banishment. Ametha, thinking about it, and does get rid of Jody. Ametha now once again on the attack, and that has been the key to the offensive success thus far for Wisty. Lendl just enough to avoid getting banished and do the banishing. He explodes, getting rid of the last of Phaler's exiles, but that brought back Deluge. And that means that Phaler now can bring back his other characters. Ooh, nice little dodge from Ignarius there. Lendl, though, oh, clever play. Set up the banishment on that occasion, but down he goes nonetheless, and Phaler does have a couple of exiles next to Wisty's Pyre, but Wisty said, thanks but no thanks, and got rid of both of them. But Phaler does manage to get a 30 damage demon plunge, and now Wispy Wisty dropped down to 5 Pyre life. Now, we don't know definitively if anyone has Rekindling here. We've seen a few talismans, though, in Wisty's case, so it seems unlikely there would be an unexpected RITE light here. Although, look at that. Masterfully done to get rid of the last of Phaler's defenders there, setting up a 30 damage uncontested demon throw. Now it is possible for Wisty to finish this with 1 score. It would need to be a demon, though. Wisty defenseless here. Opportunity for Phaler. And there it is.
Good game.
GG.
I thought for certain they would not.
Harp good. Confirmed.
End this night's proceedings.
Yeah, we had several nice exchanges there. Alright, well, let's head on back. We do have a couple of requests here in the queue. Ready to go for this next one. Courtesy of iRotor, let's just check back real quick. It was double, but not triple, cur. So exactly 2 curs on the ridge. Exactly 2 curs on the ridge.
That was a choose a player's talisman request?
Oh. I assume that was intended as an Exiles request, iRotor. Unless you were going for the sneaky legendary cur talisman request. Haha, I have forced them to take a cur with only requesting talismans. Okay, it was intended as an Exiles request. No worries, no worries. What do you mean? Curs are talismans. Why not just equip Rookie on Jodariel? Just have Jodariel throw Rookie at the opposing team. I don't see a problem. Okay. Anything else besides that? It is double cur and Ridge of Gold. That is it for the time being, and not seeing anything else, so why don't we stick with that?
The chastity shall take on the fate. Welcome.
Alright, so again, it is exactly 2 curs. Not allowed to take 3, so you will need to take a different exile of some variety at some point. Wisty will lead with the Exploding Barker. Whereas Phaler goes Titan Tooth for the stuns on Dulbert. And the second cur is a Speedy Rookie for Wisty. Whereas Phaler goes Prayer Beads Rookie, so now we have both curs on either side. That means Last Exile cannot be a cur. So Wisty will go with a Prayer Beads Udmilda in the last spot. Baylor's just spinning the wheel to figure out what exile he's going to land on. He'll go for a Leeching Vorfrit, so 2 Curs, 1 Crone for both players, and they both looked like they arrived at the orbit roughly the same time there, but it was Phaler who made it first, stunned with the Titan Tooth, and that created some time and space for a 20 damage Cur Plunge, with his Prayer Beads Cur no less, and another Cur Plunge here for Phaler for another 20 damage. That time, though, that was Dalbert, and he is now gone for this round, but this time it's Rookie, and he is the Prayer Beads Cur, so that's another 20 damage. And Phaler's still at full strength for this round. Dalbert does the Titan Tooth stuns. Wisty did win it back there, but now Orb currently unclaimed. Phaler first to it, but Wisty banishes Vorfrit. And oh, that is a lightning fast Cur. Sets up a 10 damage throw for Wisty. Titan Tooth stun. Phaler had an opening there, but missed the mark, and by that time, Wisty had time to recover. Wisty blocked, and now banished. And Wisty momentarily defenseless, but of course those Curs do come back quickly from banishment. Here's Barker. And he also throws it in. In this occasion, it's 7 damage. Wisty looking for the stamina, has just enough to hop in here. This time it's 20 on the plunge. That does mean Wisty is now Barkerless. Now defenseless altogether. Phaler, quick enough to plunge for 20 here. That means 1 more score, potentially all that Phaler needs. There's the Titan Tooth stun. But Phaler unable to capitalize on that opportunity, and Wisty blocked there. But there it is. GG.
The scribes themselves
GG's.
surely have taken note.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright, well let's head on back. Well played, you two. And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like
Next rite.
for the next one. But yeah, basically, I mean, some people just prefer controller to keyboard mouse, but unfortunately, yes, Steam Remote Play / Pyre get confused. Well, that's an understatement. It just doesn't work if we have 2 people playing on keyboard mouse simultaneously, so at least 1 person needs to be on controller. So, generally speaking, to avoid getting ourselves in situations where 2 people want to play and they just can't play with each other, we try to encourage people to familiarize themselves with playing Pyre on controller, when possible at least. That way we avoid that potential issue. But let us know if there's anything we'd like for this one. We've seen a bunch of requests thus far. Harperina, says Wisty. There we are. Arena is set. Is there anything else we're looking for, or is that all? Is that just the start of a theme, or is it just, I just wanted this arena? Something about the big pits of lava and fiery death just appealed to me. If so, you know, that's fair. That's fair. To each their own. As it seems like that is the only thing we have here. So Nest of Trieste it is.
The chastity versus the fate. Welcome.
And that does mean no requests for your team composition here, so you may take whatever you would like. And fittingly, it is a harp in the harp arena. It's a Triesta's Plume Tamitha, so extra damage if she flies when she scores, flies in when she scores, and a chance of coming back like prayer beads. It's a Ninja Almer for Phaler. Meta Iggy in the second spot. Taylor now with the Prayer Beads Dalbert with his second choice. Phaler dog? Dog equals good? Question, or equals good dog, I suppose. Though those are different things. And it's a Nutrition Stick Volfred in the last spot for Wisty. Web Lanthorn Raji making a full Fate team on Phaler's side. There is the Ninja Almer off to a quick start, but his throw is intercepted. And Wisty looking to counter. Nearly does, but Tamitha went down, and oh, nearly a quick counter from Phaler, but Almer went down. In a fast-paced game. Down goes Volfred. Here comes Iggy. And Tamitha. Iggy down. Imp throw, perhaps the least likely of Phaler's Exiles to be on the attack, but it is a 9 damage throw. Almer, the more likely of the attackers, but his throw is intercepted. He ninjas his way back onto the orb and throws it in for 20. Almer, this time throw intercepted. Teleports back to it and just barely sneaks in that throw for another 20. Throw intercepted once again, but Almer back at it here. Vanished at the end of his jump. Wisty back in possession. But Iggy currently by himself. Down he goes. That slows down Phaler, giving Wisty just enough time to get back defensively. Almer down. Iggy vanishes with the throw, although it does create a portal for Phaler. Almer back defensively. Makes the stop, gets the orb, but the throw is short, and then he's banished. Dalbert trying to get the orb back, but instead it's Wisty here. Tamitha tries to find her way through, but she's blocked and banished. Phaler hiding in the corner with the orb. Oh, well.
Absolution.
Perhaps that was all by design, as he snuck through the portal, setting up the score, and then quickly throws it in with his ninja armor. And it does drop Wisty down to just 11 Pyre life. And then with that throw, seals the deal.
Well played. GG.
GG.
Their adversaries utterly. The ceremony is complete.
Oh, and little people's gotta go, gotta sleep. No worries, thanks for stopping by, good to have you. Now let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat.
If anyone else wants to get in, I can swap out after.
I'm also gonna swap out just for a few minutes because I'll be back in like 15 minutes if no one else is around. But I have to hop out real quick.
Okay,
No
no
worries.
worries. Well, thanks for stopping by, Wisty. Good to have you. And hopefully we'll see you in a little bit in that case. Okay. Looks like both Core and Anor are able to jump in here. Phaler, did you want to swap out right now, or did you want to wait one more match before doing so?
If we have 2 people, we may as well give 2 people.
Okay.
I'm out.
All right.
Great night, Lids. Thanks for hosting and such.
Thanks for stopping by, Phaler. Good to have you. And in that case, it does seem as though we are in for a double switch here, as we will get Core in one spot and Anor. At the moment, you're not showing up on Steam. Do I see you? There you are. Reset the arena before I forget. There we go. Alright. Once you're both in, let me know who's player 1, who's player 2, and all that stuff. And then we'll set up your triumvirates and names and what have you. Oh, Steam doing bad Steam stuff the way that Steam unfortunately does like to do. Alright, Steam. Steam, you know, I'm afraid sometimes it do be like this. Let's cancel and resend the invite to Anor. Let's try that again, shall we? Sounded better that time, at the very least. You're in? Okay, perfect. Okay, I take this to mean Anor is player 1?
Yes, I am player 2.
Okay. What would you guys like to do from a triumvirate standpoint?
What do you want to do, Anor?
Anor's gonna go Chastity. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go Beyonders.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. So, Anor, I guess that means Anor, we're just sticking with this. And then, yeah, we don't see a lot of Beyonders these days.
Snadra, good indeed. Feather, indeed. Also, I would like to make an announcement.
Oh?
It's more of a congratulations to a certain someone here.
Oh?
Lids, congratulations. You hit 1K Pyre hours.
Oh.
Pyre.
Apparently I did. I mean, let's be honest. The vast majority of those are probably with
You're
me.
grinding this game.
You know, you're right. You're right. I suppose so. Never mind the fact that probably 90% of those hours are me commentating over other people playing and not playing myself, but that's not important.
That's a way to grind the game. You're grinding
yeah,
the commentary.
I guess.
Ladder.
I guess you could say that. Alright, well, do we have anything we'd like to do setup-wise for this first match between Anor and Core? Or are we looking to give them a No, well, I was about to say, are we looking to give them a warm-up? But this is the warm-up. Customize off is the warm-up. Exactly. Who are we kidding? A random warm-up. The best kind of warm-up. Okay, I mean, we technically could still do an arena or a song if we wanted to. So up to you guys if we want to do that, but otherwise... Yeah, also, there we go. Probably would be helpful if we had our triumvirs matching up here. But it seems like...
Wait, I want to do Book of Rites.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm the Beyonders. So it kind of makes sense, you know?
Okay, okay. Would you like to redeem? Okay, there we go.
No, don't think of me as a player. Think of you as playing the tutorial.
Or one of the Snatcher challenges.
Rights. Yeah, or the practice rights, yeah.
Okay. Nora's like, I don't know about that. Alright, well it seems like this will be it then. So let's get started. And this is what, our second customized off? So randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't see what they are in advance, just gonna get thrown straight into the action here. And for Anor, it's Demon, Cur, Sap. For... Wait, oh, it's almost the same. I had to do a double take there for a second. For Core, it is Demon, Sap, and Harp is the difference there. Cur on one side, Harp on the other. Of course, masteries and talismans, those very well may differ as well, but we shall see. Hopefully we can figure some of that stuff out as we get a little bit further along here. Jody, blocked and banished. Now Core with Viz Palette. Oh, explosive temper. Okay, learn a little bit more. Tamitha blocked.
The orb is up.
Now Rookie for Anor, blocked, banished. Core with Viz Palette. And Tamitha. Core checking for the Brazen Manor, does have it. Does have it on Viz Palette. Will have to be quick if he wants to capitalize on that, though. Resets it. Might be looking for the Harp Salute. Does have that as well. Oh, Core has some synergies here. Core does have some synergies. Rookie down for Nor. Core back on the attack. It's Viz Palette. Viz Palette down, though. We know Anor's Rookie is at least partially right side, which means more defensively oriented. You tend not to see that as often. But there is Rookie doing some defensive work there. Tamitha around the defense and in, plunging for 20. Is that our first score? Was that our first score? Is it really that much of a defensive showdown in the first round? It might have been. Orb unclaimed, at least until Viz Palette takes it. Viz Palette immediately dispossessed, gets it back. Over to Tamitha now, switching in to Palmas, who's not quick enough on the throw. And the defensive emphasis continues. Core trying to get that Brazen Manor. Can't get Tamitha in position to set it up. Anor, oh, has exploding saplings. Okay, learning a little bit more about Anor's setup here. Jody. She goes down. Core just throwing out those sap salutes. Because why not?
Ferocity unbridled.
Palmas, and now Rookie. Stamina back. He has at least a couple of jumps. But in fact, isn't it impossible for him to have 3 if he's that far down on the right side? But meanwhile, Tamitha plunges for 20.
The chastity's adversaries gained an edge.
Rookie, oh, by himself, and he goes down. That means Anor defenseless here, opportunity for Core. And he goes the sap throwing route for 25 damage here. Demon versus Demon. Jody going on a banishing spree, but meanwhile Tamitha is getting away with the orb. And finding her way in. Plunging for 20. And she has prayer beads, what? She's back. She must have prayer beads. That's, we might have technically seen that before, but I only just noticed it. And it is relevant here once again, as Tamitha has once again plunged. So it's a Brazen Manor, Saluting Harp with a Prayer Beads, Saluting Harp with a Brazen Manor Demon to go along with it. That is not bad at all for Customize Off, but Anor plunging here for 30 with her Demon. And what? Jody has Prayer Beads? We never see Prayer Beads with Customize Off, and suddenly both players have it. Jody doesn't quite come back in time to make that defensive stop, but there is some rekindling there. Wait. That was 30, so that must have been a right light and 10 rekindling from Palmas? Wasn't it? This is a weird one. Wow. Talisman-wise, at least. And certainly on Core's side, the masteries as well. How often do you see one prayer beads, let alone two? And Customize, what the heck? Well, I mean, clearly it was a salute to trade places with the sap and immediately blink in with the sap, but it happened in the blink of an eye. And now it's done.
The Beyonders prevail.
GG.
They vastly outperformed their adversaries.
Well played, you two.
Is done.
Some impressive stuff. And some very interesting Customize Off teams there.
The next right.
Yeah, those were not bad team compositions for that match. But let's set ourselves back, unless, of course, we want to see some of those things again. Let us know if there is anything we'd like to have for the next one. Like, I honestly could not tell you the last time we saw prayer beads in a Customize Off match. It really feels like it just never happens.
And us both having it too.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's one of those talismans that, of course, if you don't happen to plunge with that exile, you'll just never realize you have it. And so maybe we do see it more than we realize. It's just that it happens to be on exiles that you don't really want to plunge with in the first place, so it goes unnoticed. But yeah, we saw it twice in one match. Customize Off. Not seeing any other requests, though. I mean, obviously, the players have had their warm-up at this point. Haven't seen... Okay, well, they have been warmed up for this very match, it seems, because as Wisty rightfully states, we have not yet seen a boat. This much is true. Will that be all? Surely you mean blasphemy that we have not yet seen a boat. You are not okay, I was gonna say. The act of participating in a boat rite is not blasphemous. It is glorious. Fun fact, the only class able to fly in this game are demons, as we are about to see, perhaps. We don't have any exile requests, so that would technically be up to the players, of course, but, you know, I think we can say we're all crossing our fingers. We're gonna see a demon or two here. So let's get started.
Chastity shall
As at this point, the boat rite is overdue.
welcome. Who shall
We have waited. And now we shall see how the players choose to approach this match. And thankfully, Anor right off the bat goes with a speedy Jodario. That is exactly what you want to see on the boat. Meanwhile, Core, don't be silly. Harps don't fly. Demons do. And now Anor doubling down here with the Leeching Brazen Manor Ignarius. So 2 demons on the Chastity side. And 2 harps on the Beyonders side. But if you're gonna take 2, you might as well take a 3rd. So Nor is all in on the demons here. While Core is all in on the harps. So here we go with our first boat match of the day. And it's Core getting us started with a 25 damage plunge, courtesy of Triesta's Plume, though it does not get the Prayer Beads effect on that occasion, so down to just 2 harps. Both of which Anor banishes. So that means time to throw it in for 30 here. Big jump. But Core first to the orb and flies in here. Once again, it is the Triesta's Plume harp. So extra 5 damage and does get the Prayer Beads effect this time, so Core still with all those harps. And with those harps, blocks and banishes Jodario. Anor. Now Core. Blocked. Knocked back. Anor in possession. Orb unclaimed. Biggie gets it back. Banishes 1, but then gets banished by the second defender. Banishes 1 defender and quickly makes it in here, and once again, that is the Triesta's Plume harp, so Core's done a very good job of making a point of scoring with his high damage harp. And getting that damage to proc by flying when he's going in. Jody does not want to go down here, does not want to give up. And through sheer force of will and perseverance, finds an opportunity to throw that one in for 30. Jody knocks back the other defenders, perhaps accidentally. Core is on the attack here. Ooh, and loops around, oh, but cannot quite make it in. And perhaps a bit of an opening for Ignarius. Oh, that could have been a nice dunk there. But it was shut off at the last second by Core. Alright, scary, demonic-looking Tamitha is banished, perhaps rightfully so, for all of our sakes. Get rid of that Nightmare Fuel as Anor plunges for 30, and I believe that was the Leeching Ignarius, so got some Pyre life back in the process. It means no Ignarius for this round. Anor just barely still able to have the defensive presence to shut off Core's attack there. Anor looking for a little bit of boat magic, perhaps. Not quite enough to get the job done on that occasion. Wins it back, only to be blocked. Or moving in all the harps. And plunging in once again with the Triesta's Plume harp while flying. And does get the Prayer Beads effect. That was quite a leap from Jody. Though banishes 1 demon. Blocked by the second, though. And an opening for Nor to take the win.
The chastity prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Crushing heal good.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Demons on boat. Good. They fly. Confirmed. Well played, you two.
Until
GG.
the next rite.
We'll head on back and let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll reset ourselves. So up to you, if there's anything you want for us to go for this time. Otherwise, of course, we can just have the players take whatever they'd like with their setups. That works too. But where's the fun in that? I mean, I suppose every once in a while, maybe every once in a while, we give them that opportunity. Not seeing any requests here, so perhaps we will go that route on this occasion.
The chastity shall
I
confront
don't think we've
beyonders.
been at the cairn yet. Did we have an early cairn match?
Who shall
Or is this our
conduct
first
the rites?
cairn rite as well? We've had several repeats. We've spent a lot of time at the Isle of Kalamer today. Rightfully so, perhaps, but it does mean we still have some things we've yet to see. And it is a canned singularity on Tizo for Nor coming out and immediately making a statement.
Sir
Exploding Gilman is the first option for Core. Okay, and Nor does take the Sacred Bond on Headwind, so does have a way to set up easy procs for that Can Singularity to activate the Vacuum Cleaner magnet effect. We're going with a fairly defensive setup there on Lady River. Nor rounds out with a Meta Ignarius. And it's triple worms for Core. You love to see it. You just love to see it. I mean, it's not the objectively correct way to play Infinite Worms, but, you know, we'll allow it. We'll allow it, because nowadays you just don't see it very often, oddly enough. Anor, in a dangerous position here, setting up the 30 damage Demon Throw. And set off the Can Singularity, but Core was unfazed, still able to throw that one in for 11 with one of his 3 worms. And there was the Can Singularity, that time dispossessing Core of the Orb. But Core with the only exile on the field right now, able to get that throw off just in time, and 20 damage no less. Must have had a Seize Chance still active. This time, Core's throw sneaks through over the defense for 10. Core with Gilman, blocked. Headwind brings back Iggy. Iggy activates the Can Singularity and has that infinite stamina. It is dangerous, and with Celestial Spike, gets rid of the defenders. Valiant return, almost enough for Core to get a defender to stop that, but just enough time still for Nor to get the full 30 damage on that icky throw. Well-timed Can Singularity activation there, although this time Nor, was defenseless, but she did take the Moon Crest on Headwind for the chance of coming back from banishment after just 1 second, and that was probably the difference between Core being able to score on an uncontested Pyre and being stopped. Core with some room here for a Worm throw, this time for 15.
Into the adversary's flame.
There is the Can Singularity used defensively, as Nor has done on several occasions here in this match. Headwind stuck behind the hockey puck for a second there.
What happened there?
As was Ignarius, but still has that infinite stamina. Banished a defender, but you have to think Nor was hoping that was going to go straight into the Pyre. Oh, and the implosion. Don't think that's what Nor had in mind either, as Core able to throw this one in for 15 and also get 10 leech back as Lids drops his headphones. And Singularity. Iggy, banished right as he went through the portal. And banished there once again. Core this time. Worm throw is just 11, but it is now theoretically possible for Core to finish this with 1 score if it is with a Seize Chance Worm, while that Seize Chance is active. Can Singularity, though, making things a little bit more complicated for Core. But Nor just cannot get enough time to get Ignarius with a full head of steam, speeding toward the Pyre with that infinite stamina. Here he is, but he goes down quickly. Oh, and Core suddenly finds the orb right next to the Pyre with Seize Chance active to finish the job. GG.
Excellently done this time, I must admit.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Core, just add the extra worm. There you go. Second one's correct. All right. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Worm good, confirmed. I don't know if I would say that about imps, but worm good. That much is certainly true. But let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like for the next one. Rotor, you take that back. Ghost Worms top tier. Alright, well, it's a Nor with an Exile's request. Oh, and just barely beat Wisty to the punch. Technically, Wisty specifies what it was first. But Nor got the request in first, which usually is technically what we'll go for. So I think we'll go Nor, then Wisty in this case, just for order of the requests themselves. Should still have time for both, of course, I would think. Just remind us for the next one, Wisty. Also, Wisty, how dare you say 0 worms? How dare you? Alright, well, Nor is going for the bot for both Exiles and Talismans, so let's open that up, as they may be a step ahead of me already. Let's see. Alright, so Core has Typhoon Bottle on Rookie, Tress's Plume on Tamitha, that actually works. Thorn Knot on Dalbert, okay. Then Nor has Scribe Rock on Deluge, Solium's Horn on Lendl, that's gonna have to get re-rolled, Ashen Coal on Snadra, and the Titan Tooth is the re-roll for Lendl, so Titan Tooth Lendl. So 2 Nomads and a Worm on Nor's side, 2 Curs and a Harp on Core's side. Oh! Core, we could fit that in for this one. Is that the intention? I'm very surprised you got Trieste's Plume. A legendary talisman that actually works with a randomizer bot? That is not often the case. But then again, today we got the two prayer beads with a customized off match, so I mean, anything could happen at this point. All right, so no masteries though for this one. Does certainly make matters a fair bit more complicated. Let's get this one started. Oh. Okay, it's the Fall of Solium. Large arena like this with no masteries, I feel like is perhaps even more difficult. We'll have to see. The Scribe Rock on Deluge is maybe not the way you would usually want to build him. I always forget if it's the trail size, or trail length, or if it's the width of the cast. It's trail length? Okay.
It's trail length. It's trail length.
Typhoon Bottle on Rookie. Yeah, I know one of them does one of those things and the other one does the other, but I never remember which one is which.
Any presence on trail ores just increases their length.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not super noticeable. It's more noticeable on worms than
on like crones and harps. It's not very noticeable. Yeah. Do have some decent combinations there though, like Ash and Coal on Snadra is something that we do see people take. Obviously the Triesta's Plume on a harp, that makes some sense. Here we go. Teams created by the bot with randomized exiles and talismans, followed up with a no masteries request. So much less for the players to work with here, but it is Nor getting us started with a 20 damage plunge from Snadra. Against her own team, I might add. She's betrayed the Beyonders. And Core, perhaps exacting some revenge on Snadra with that 15 damage Cur throw. Deluge. He'll jump in for 15. No prayer beads on him though, so he's now gone for this round. Snadra versus Rookie. Rookie makes it past, but Lendl, back defensively, intercepts, but gets banished himself. Core's throw. Good for 15 here. But Nor had that Ashen Cold to give her the extra starting Pyre life. Rookie, thinking about it. Intercepted though. Banishes the remaining defender and cuts this one slightly short for 13 damage. Deluge. Not quite able to speed through there. Ametha. Banished. Rookie. Also banished. Snadra off to the races. She's banished. Lendl nearly sniped. By himself, at least until both reinforcements arrive simultaneously, though Snadra immediately goes down. And now it is Deluge by himself. Snadra back. Nor continuing to choose Deluge. The throw lands for 14. Is it only betrayal if you voluntarily sign up? I don't know. I feel like the randomizer still counts. That was an interesting exchange in which both characters almost got banished, but neither actually did, at least the initial go-round. The throw believe that was from Rookie, is 14 damage, one less than the maximum of 15. Deluge, back to Lendl before going down. Snadra one side, Lendl the other. Both trying to take cover behind those barriers.
Audacious, aren't we?
Rookie does find his way through. It's 15 damage plunge. That means no Rookie for this round for Core, though. Lendl gets it over to Snadra before going down, but now Snadra a little lonely here. She goes down before she had anyone to pass it over to. Of course, as soon as she goes down, all of her teammates return. Now just Deluge. But he has the speed, and he makes it in for a 15 damage plunge.
The orb is taken.
Oh, you mean like the nature of the Beyonders is different because they all got banished? Or they all got put into the orb. Everyone down on the north side. Oh, but look at that. Not just any Exile returning, but Lendl with the Titan Tooth to stun. But Nora's gonna have to find a way to make it work with a couple of Nomads. She did plunge with Deluge. Means more room for Core to maneuver and less offensive threats for Nora to work with. Here's Lendl. Down he goes, though. And Tamitha was hanging out over there. Oh, and RITE has that Triesta's Plume. Extra 5 damage. It does get the Prayer Beads effect. That's huge. That means both teams now back at full strength here. Snadra leaps past one, oh, but not quite quick enough to make it in before getting banished herself. Lendl back to Snadra. Deluge back to Snadra. Deluge, the throw is off target. Down goes Deluge. Snadra snipes. And Rookie runs. But Tamitha terminated. That throw looks short. It is. Dalbert. Oh, threw it, and his throw was intercepted. And there's the Titan Tooth from Lendl, giving Nora a little bit of time to work with here, but not quite enough, although does banish 2 of Core's exiles, so now it is just Tamitha here. That's all that Core needed, and had the Triesta's Plume active once again. Extra 5 damage, though this time does not get the Prayer Beads effect. But 1 score would be enough for Core at this stage, barring some very quick throw. So Nora does need to be careful, as in her case would likely need to be 2, if not potentially even 3 scores. But here's Snadra. She's blocked, but has it back. Down she goes here, though. Dalbert. Now going on the attack. Oh, and double banishment. Huge opportunity for Core. And it is done.
The Beyonders prevail.
GG.
A rite conducted with aplomb.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
All right, well that was our bot randomized match for both Exiles and for Talismans, and then no Masteries. We did, however, also have a request in the queue from Wisty. Let me just double check. I think it was double Imp, no Worm, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see. 2 imps, no worms. I will not stand for this worm slander. Anything else on top of that? It is 2 imps, no worms is what we're working with for the time being. Also, before I forget, let's put the masteries back on. Someone did say imp bad. This is true. Flutterfly. Well, that's fitting. That certainly works. Okay. Will that be all? We have our imp song with our relatively imp-centric match. Oh, Wisty, actually, let me specify, or at least clarify. Wisty, minimum of 2 imps, or exactly 2 imps? Can they take a third if they want to? Because I don't know, especially if we have the imp song as well. People might be inspired to go triple imp. Is that allowed? They can take a third. Okay, just wanted to be clear. Just wanted to be clear. If you would like to, you may take a third imp, but it must be at least 2. Okay, so let's get started then. Just depends how much they are compelled to go all in on the imps. If we got Isle of Kalimur, then I would imagine they might have looked to go triple, but it's both.
The Beyonders. Welcome.
It's just 2 imps, right? No matter order, and as long as you don't have any.
At least 2 imps, you are not allowed to take a worm.
Good.
But it is the boat. So there is that temptation. To use something like a Speedy Jodariel, for example. Nor says, I'm sorry, I must. I have no choice. It must be done. So both players, starting off with their non-imps, that means we know for certain the remaining 2 characters on either side will be imps. Of course, we'll have to see which imps they choose and which imp they choose to omit. As in Anor's case, it is an exploding Raji. Kor goes Speedy Tizo, though. Anor is seemingly taking Tizo with the second imp, which would mean Messenger Imp is the odd imp out.
Tizo.
And in Kor's case, he will take Messenger Imp, the Super Portals no less, and Web Lanthor.
Messenger.
Alright, so here we go. Our double imp, no worm matchup that happened to put us on the boat. And Snadra is going on a banishing spree, which she tops off with a plunge. Both characters on either side go flying. Nor gets it back. Bit of a standoff here. The fake jump as well. Some mind games. Kor does now have a relatively dangerous portal though. Oh, although immediately gets reset. Jody was looking for the big jump, but got blocked. Naturally gets a big jump once she no longer has the orb. Whoa, although does get the orb when she's hanging out right next to the Pyre. Quick sidestep and she's in for 30 damage. Whoa! And well, perhaps I wasn't gonna say it until the players had locked in their teams, but there is in fact another class that is actually quite good on the boat, that perhaps gets a little bit underrepresented in boat rights, and it might happen to be the one that we have both players taking a couple of characters with. Anor defenseless at the moment. Kor has that portal, and just enough time to get a 19 damage throw off. obviously it's Savage. We do have a clip from a while back with an absolutely crazy Savage performance on the boat. But let's just say that the boat imps might be a little bit underrated when it comes to maximizing the effects of the boat magic. No, you're right. I mean, anyone who can do a lot of jumping has some serious boat potential. Savages included. But don't forget about those imps. But Core, running up several successive scores here and leeching some Pyre life back with Snadra as well, and that means one more score, potentially all that Core would need here. But Core is now Snadra-less. Core, though, going to the throwing route, does get intercepted. But Core now has a portal right on top of a Norse Pyre. This is dangerous. Both players defenseless. They're coming back at about the same time.
That was the last of them.
Core defenseless, though.
Web Lanthorn just doesn't want to work. Love to see it.
A bit of a blunder.
Core with the portal for the infinite stamina. Refuses to use the boat magic, though. Just flies straight over the portals. Disappointing.
If I were that one,
Does have a dangerous portal, though. And an effective implosion. And now Core defenseless again. It's time for Jody. Does get a little bit of extra air time, and that does help set up this 30 damage Jody plunge.
didn't see it coming.
Oh, does get the banishment there. Snadra has returned, and there she is over the defender. And throws it in for the win.
The Beyonders prevail.
GG.
Their pyre yet burns with vigor and resolve.
Well
The
played, you
rite
two.
is ended.
And now let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, I think we are through the queue of requests, so let us know if there is anything you'd like to see for the next one, because we do not yet have anything lined up. Meanwhile, I'm tempted to try to fish up that might be it. Wait, I was about to say I'm tempted to try to fish up a clip we have of some crazy savage jumps on the boat, but let's see. Baylor has something here. Quick sidestep, and this is from this one. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know who this must be then. Let's see. She's in for 30 damage. Whoa! That. And, well, perhaps I wasn't going to say it until the players had locked in their teams, but there is, in fact, another class that is actually quite good on the boat. The Fire, quick sidestep, and she's in. I mean, just look at the distance covered in the blink of an eye with imps on the boat. I'm just saying. Underrated. Underrated on the boat.
Does anyone know whether if you get the upgraded moon sign, does that upgrade all the portals?
Yes, it does. I remember on one occasion iRotor specified this, and it, for some reason, I actually remembered it. Not to discredit iRotor's ability to test these types of things, just my own ability to memorize these things. But yes. Basically meaning that you take one of the super infinite stamina portals and on a single imp, and then any other imp who can create a portal gets a free infinite stamina portal. So you only need to go all the way down with one of your imps if you have multiple. But anyways, not seeing any requests for this next one, so unless we have anything last minute here, we may just be looking at the players taking whatever they'd like for our next match. So why don't we get back in that case? Oh, hold on, there's always time. There's always time. There's always time for customize off. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Anor. We don't have to wait for that one. And are we back on the boat?
Chastity.
Perfect! It was meant to be. It's 2 curs and a worm for Anor. For Core, it is a demon, a nomad, and a crone. Somebody has Vengeful Vow. I think it was Dalbert on Anor's side. But it is that demon getting us started with a 30 damage plunge.
The orb is up.
Anor close, but not quite in, with Dalbert on that occasion. And Vizpaleth was the one doing the plunging for Core, and Vizpaleth did not have prayer beads, so she is now out permanently for this round. Anor close to the Pyre, but unable to get that throw off in time. Whoa, my goodness! I have never seen a cur jump that high. And I swear, Anor got a little extra jump on that occasion, even with 0 stamina as well. So you know what? We'll take that boat magic. We'll take it. Core's throw is actually a little bit off target there. So Anor recovers. And going with some cur boat magic, which, you know, you don't usually see. And at the beginning of the match, when we saw the randomized classes, I was about to say Anor maybe got a little unlucky getting some classes that you would usually consider the ones that were least effective on the boat, but perhaps not. Meanwhile, though, Core does plunge for 25 with Bertrude. She, however, does not have prayer beads either, so she is also now out. Rugi, shoulder smashed by Hedwyn. Vizpaleth, perhaps looking for some boat magic here. It's a little bit of that going on. Has the Celestial Spike, but it's just a quick 11 damage throw.
Into the adversary's flame.
Vizpaleth again. Lined up next to that puddle, looking for the big jump. But dispossessed before she can make it in. Has the Celestial Spike. Has the big cast. Oh, Bright Wisp for the automatic pass on one of Anor's exiles. Not entirely sure which. It's not Dalbert. We know that much. Anor zooming around, explodes, taking out some of the defenders, but Core still has it here with Hedwyn. Oh, and Anor just sped past. Ooh, double banishment for Hedwyn. Clears out some space. Anor nearly quick enough with the cur to recover, but Hedwyn does have time to plunge for 20. He does not have prayer beads. He's out. That leaves, at the moment at least, just Vizpaleth, as Bertrude has been banished. Core may be fine with just Vizpaleth here, as banishes one of the defenders, and finishes the job with that plunge. GG.
Their adversaries did not even come close.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
And I don't know, I mean, I was under the impression that curs were generally considered among the weaker classes on the boat. I mean, you just almost never see people voluntarily take curs on the boat, but we saw at least one pretty crazy boat magic jump there of the cur variety. But anyways, for this next one, we'll turn Customize back on, unless, of course, there's anything in particular you guys would like us to do for this one. If so, let us know. Happy to make it happen. Otherwise, we'll just have the players take whatever they'd like for this one. Suddenly, we're getting a lot of boats, and I am here for it. Though there is at least one arena I can think of that we have not yet seen today. One that might not quite match up to the boat when it comes to meme potential, but it is probably number 2. Certainly, at least, I think I would put it there. Not so. Hold on. Wait, was this a clip of the crazy cur jump? I was kind of hoping someone would get this one as well. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. 1 second. Wind that back. Now we have it on full screen. That. Oh my goodness! I have never seen a cur jump that high. I just wish that made it in. The Spring of Jomir! Yes! Yes! Wait, hold on. What did you name this one? Is that what you actually named it? No! Oh, missed opportunity. No, that's such a perfect name. That's such a perfect name. Oh. Okay, I wish. We'll have to make do, though. We'll have more chances, hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see other springs of Jomir in the future. I'm just imagining some other person not knowing what the clip is about, seeing the title of it and going, "That's not the Spring of Jomir. What the heck? You're wrong. Clearly, this was taking place on the boat. That was not the Spring of Jomir. How dare you?" All right, Nora's good for a couple more, and then she's saying she would look to swap out. Okay. I mean, it's... At that point... I don't know. Super Bowl soon? Yeah, I mean, selfishly, I would also like to watch the Super Bowl, so I would also be tempted to... Or I would kind of like to wrap up in the relatively near future, so we might just have there be only 2 more matches before we're done. Wisty says, however... There is at least one more request we would like to do. An odd request here for Exiles. Okay, let's see. Only demons, saps, and crones. But the pyres are 150 instead of 100 to compensate. Wait. Only demons, saps, and crones. Yeah. Wait. Those are classes that can give you more pyre life. They do have a lot of glory. This is true. But I'm not sure they're compensating because they are already the best when it comes to inflating your pyre life. Offensively, yes, they may be yeah, I mean, they have high glory, but they're slow, harder to score with. I mean, also, you're talking about Anora here, who is our resident sap expert. So don't write off the saps. Oh, okay, that changes things, though. That does change things. Now I have a much different opinion. Okay. That significantly alters the way this looks to pan out. But yeah, I think that would be a very long right, because those are slow defensive classes, especially when they don't have masteries to work with. So okay, it's no masteries. It's demons, crones, and saps. Is it one of each, or just whatever combination of those you want to do? I just think we could be in for a pretty long right if we increase it to 150, even if we don't have things like rekindling and extra starting pyre life from the demons, because in this case, sure, we might not be increasing the pyre life from the masteries, but we also have reduced offensive effectiveness without the masteries. Okay, whatever combination of those 3 classes you want. Oh, I'm not sure we've had a Spring of Jomir match. That was not the arena that I was alluding to, but you may be right. I don't know if we've had that today. Oh, interesting. There's a lot of arenas we haven't seen in that case. All right, well, anyways, let's jump in then. So whatever combination of demons, saps, and crones. Whoa, you take that back. You take that back, Core. Not okay.
Who shall conduct
True,
the rites?
but justifiably so. So, demons, crones, and saps are the only 3 classes that you are allowed to take. Whatever combination of those 3 you would like, and you will not have any masteries. Failure?
Bertrude.
Okay, it's a speedy Bertrude. And for what it's worth, given how we had a few people saying that they probably can only do a couple more matches, and this might be a long match, this will probably be our penultimate right, so we will very likely go into the Liberation right after this. quick throws on Manly is the first choice for Core. Webbed Lanthorn, Jody. So Crone, Demon are the first two on Honor's side. It'll be interesting to see how the players choose to split between those three classes. Speedy Jody for Core. Final choice for Honor. And I mean, I didn't want to say she had to take a sap, but let's just say, I think we all would have been a little surprised if she didn't take a sap. Oh! Apparently Bertrude had extra quickness last time. Core goes Typhoon Bottle with Udmilda. That could be very effective with some slow exiles who do take a while to come back from banishment. We'll have to see. Remember, no masteries for any of the characters on either side. They were restricted to demons, saps, and crones, and in both cases, players chose to take one of each, and it's Core getting us started with a quick throw from Manly. Bertrude outspeeds the sapling placement, but I think might have run out of stamina at the wrong time there, unable to leap over the defenders and in. Jody versus Jody. Jody versus her ghost, mind you. And the ghost wins out. Lore implications. Profound. Core locking down the orb with that sapling. Nor trying to find a way to get to it, and after having banished the sap, that is an option, but Core has it back. Prone throw is unblockable, but it's off target. Nutrition stick Volfred. And he's chased down. Bertrude, this time, able to leap over the defender and in. And although we are usually accustomed to seeing 30 damage from prone plunges, of course, without any masteries, they are limited to 25. Well shielded from Manly, and well thrown as well. 21 damage there. Now Honor's turn to try to lock down the orb. Trying to line it up with Volfred, although no time to throw it. And the Typhoon Bottle, still not enough to slow Honor down there. Still able to plunge with Bertrude for 25, but of course, without Prayer Beads, it does mean that she is gone. And with no masteries, it means no rekindling and one score potentially enough for Core here, as that's well shielded. And the throw will seal the deal.
The Beyonders prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries confidently thwarted.
Well played, you two.
The rite is ended.
All right. We'll head on back.
Until the next rite.
No mastery matches are interesting because they're just so fundamentally different from what we are accustomed to seeing. Requires totally different approach. So that was no masteries, combination of demon, harps, and crones. But as I was saying earlier, I think we are now looking to set up our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So we'll be at the Fall of Solium. We'll do sermon intro on. No requests for this one. Just having players taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. And for the song, I think we usually go the original / old Never to Return. That work for you, Core?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. In that case, let's begin.
Any suggestions for anyone I should liberate?
Greetings,
I always go to Gilman, of course.
I mean, who's
Welcome to
your
the Fall of Solium.
You're a person you want to be Super Bowl
You
MVP.
have this opportunity
I have
to
someone,
prove
actually.
your worth. Cling to whatever shred of hope you have. The chastity, stand prepared. Prepare yourselves, Beyonders. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so as we were saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. No requests from this one. Both players just taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style, and perhaps their first selection is their candidate to become Super Bowl MVP. Core says he might have an idea. I may have thrown a monkey wrench into Anor's plans. Alright, no worries.
Choose someone.
Alright, Anor goes Ninja Stowaway.
Liz, I'm gonna lose.
You just have to believe.
But I want to pick Snandra. But I'm gonna lose if I do this.
You just have to believe!
Sandra.
She
Power
deserves her
casting
freedom
Snandra.
just as much as Faye.
I believe it is the Stowaway. In fact, in this case, her name is Tay.
Who's Tay?
Web Lanthorn Tizo. Second
I have
choice
an
for
idea.
Anor. Oh.
I have many ideas, actually. Let's do this. No. Jody.
Okay. If that was a reference, it's completely lost on me, so it went over my head, but, perhaps Phaler is a Swiftie confirmed.
Demon.
Wait, what did I say?
I don't know. I had no
Maybe it
idea.
was, and I just didn't realize.
I don't even know what he's reacted. Was it something I said? Was it something that the players chose? Because I am unaware of any intentional Taylor Swift references.
So I guess Phaler's rooting for the Chiefs tonight.
Apparently.
Big Chiefs fan.
Well, Volfred.
Speedy Volfred, yeah. Final choice for Anor. Whereas in Core's case, it's a Web Lanthorn Messenger. Alright, here we go. Our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Anor on the left representing the Chastity, and Core on the right representing the Beyonders. Best of luck to you both.
No, he's just died.
unscathed. Oh my word. Once more like that and we are finished here. Sandra banished. United in banishment. Now go. 'Twas flung right in. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Tis taken. Tay's aim was true. Sandra didn't see that coming. Oof! You're powerless for now. A blessing keeps the pyre burning hot. Now to the flame. Another banishment. Oh. Banished each in turn. Yes.
And there it
The
is.
Beyonders proved their worth.
GG. Well played, you two.
Convincingly, I must admit. Thus ends the liberation rite.
Alright, well that was, as we were saying, our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. But thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and thank you everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. I'm gonna jump out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time. Alright, and then I think they've already fled Steam Remote Play. They have. They know. Alright, but as I was saying, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and thank you everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in more multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. As for me, well, I'm Lids, I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule is Fridays, we are doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, then Saturdays, we're doing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and then Sundays, obviously, we're doing Pyre multiplayer. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. And occasionally doing some other games as well on YouTube. But if you haven't done so yet already, the best way to stay up to date is, well, by following, and also by joining my own Discord, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.